How's it going, guys? It's Nutshell here, and today marks the start of the gun game for Escape from Tarkov's PVE mode. And of course, with very little else to do on the account, we are going to be focusing on a complete series looking at going through every single one of the available guns within Escape from Tarkov, and then going through completing a series of challenges, tasks, and wide variety of other things, including grenades and that sort of stuff, all through this series, starting off with probably one of the worst guns in the game, and then making our way to unlock all of the guns in the game. Now, at the beginning of this series, there is not a clear definitive on what we're going to be doing at the end as kind of the ultimate end to this series, but we are going to be showcasing off a available resource that you will be having available to you as well as we go through the series, and it will probably update and that sort of thing as we go through too. But I'll showcase that off in a second, but the premise of this video is, and this series is going to be looking at upgrading our weapons through playing and defeating PMCs and various different requirements in order to unlock the next gun within the series. So in terms of actually upgrading both the actual guns itself and also some of the items to make it a little bit more difficult for myself, is to go through with the beginning guns, which are pretty bad, working our way up through all of the different gun tiers and classes and that sort of and types, and then we're going to be also trying to upgrade our medical items at the same time and the grenades and stuff that we can use at the same time as well. So we're starting off with the bare bones. We have nothing unlocked. There is nothing we can use. The only thing that I haven't actually done within this so far is armor. Armor wise, I'm not going to include it in this series, but when maybe we complete this and we move on to the next one, I'll include armor and that sort of thing. So at the moment, I've managed to set up our spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet is as follows. So I'll grab it up right now so you can have a look. So the actual series features around essentially us using a wide variety of items. So these items do in fact include the following. So we have bosses that we can kill. So this is kind of our overall input page that we can input a wide variety of different things into. For example, every single raid that we do will be logged and recorded within this tab right here. And this tab will keep a track of everything that we've done alongside our progress towards some of the challenges. And then we also have, of course, the input page. This input page, we can alter what map we played. We can alter whether we survived, whether we got taken out, or maybe we went missing in action. I'm not expecting the missing in action, but it's there for, if maybe we do end up with that scenario. The total scavs that we took out and PMCs that we took out in the raid. We've also then got all of the bosses that we could potentially take out for just purely tracking. They're not really included within this so far. And then we've got our task progress. So progress made as to how much of the task that we've completed, alongside all of the tasks that we do have to complete at the beginning. So starting off, as you can see, we've got eliminate 5 PMC operatives using PM pistol. So just starting off with the bog standard PM pistol, and then as we go through and we manage to tick off this task, we can then upgrade to the next gun in the series, hence gun game. But we also have eliminate 5 PMC operators. We're using VOG 17 hand grenades, which we can do, and then we can get different hand grenades and that sort of stuff to add in there. And we've obviously got all of the medical items. So I've split these into 5 categories. Really, these categories are kind of basic at the moment. So we've got fracture and black limb medical items. So this includes splints, and then CMS and serve kits. We've got light bleed medicals, so bandages. We've got heavy bleed, which is S-Mark, Cat B, or whatever you want to call it, and then Caloc. And then we've got our healing medical items. So these are your actual heals. So AI2 medkit. We've got the cheese, the car, the IFAC, the grizzly, the AFAC, and the Salewa. Now, the order of these is as shown on screen right now. So we'll, for example, are currently on the task to unlock the AI2 medkit. So at the moment in time, we can't use any healing. We can't use any heals. We can't use any bleed stoppers. We can't use any of that. So if we do get taken out in the raid, or we end up with one of these, we've either got to extract or we have got to accept that we're probably going to get taken out. So that's kind of how I'm doing it with regards to that. And then we've got painkiller as well. So you've got painkillers, augmentin, ibuprofen, Vaseline, and then golden star balm. Of course, depending on which ones you want to use, we could alter this. And of course, everything's subject to change. We can always go through, and maybe you think that we want to add something different during the series, then make sure to comment down below. But overall, that's kind of what we got. And then we've got a weapons list of absolutely everything that I could find. Maybe I'm missing one item or one gun or one weapon within this, but I haven't so far from what I can see based on the wiki. And of course, maybe you're watching this in the future, maybe new weapons come out eventually that we aren't going to use. So you can see down here is a not used list. These are either duplicates of guns that are already in the game with a different skin. For example, the TT pistol from Rashala, which maybe we could add into kind of the end episodes where we go back and use some of the reskin versions. But we've got primarily melee weapons here and a couple of pistols. We're not going to be using the blicky, obviously. And then we've got all of the bayonets, the axes, and everything like that. Now, this I didn't really want to use because sometimes maybe you just can't find them, you can't buy them. Maybe they're only available for different editions, so just avoiding using them to begin with is probably a good idea. So yeah, that's what I've done. So it's only actual pistols, shotguns, DMRs, all of this sort of stuff are within the actual list of unlocks. The unlock progression is based upon a wide variety of different things. So for example, we start off with the PM pistol, which is right here. This then unlocks the PMT pistol, which is the next one. And then after that, we have the PB pistol, and then it moves through and kind of goes through all of the different ones. The amount of kills required for various different tasks is currently just set as 5 for most of them, just as a bog standard thing. We have the ability to add in scav kills as also a additional extra, should you wish that I do that. But at the minute, I haven't actually kept these within it. So at the moment, we're only looking at PMCs. Whether you want me to include raiders or whether you want me to include bosses for maybe the final upgrades of each of the different weapon types. So for example, the final assault carbine, we have to take out a boss or something like that, or multiple raiders, or whatever you want me to do. That's what we can possibly add in to the whole spreadsheet. So if we now go on to the raid results and we, for example, make up a bog standard random one. So say we go on factory, we got killed in action, we took out 10 of our scavs, we then took out 15 PMCs, for example, we took out Tagilla on the one on the raid, and then we took out 5 PMCs using the PM pistol, and we also killed 5 PMCs with grenades. And then we click update, we will now see that the task itself has changed in here. So now we are currently on the PMT pistol and the VOG 25. So you can see in the raid results that now these have changed to what they should be. And in the raid stats, you can see that we've taken out 15 scavs or 15 PMCs. And currently I haven't set up the scavs, but that will be done when it actually gets put on. You can see we've taken out 1 boss and we've also got Tagilla. So we've completed 2 tasks, which are the grenade and, of course, the actual PMCs using the gun. And, of course, you can see we've played 1 game on factory. So that is what is shown in here. And that's kind of how it works. So I will set up the scavs to actually track in this one, but it should be a pretty easy fix to be able to do. So I'll do that in a second. But when this goes live, it will be available. So all it is a macro enabled Excel spreadsheet that you can use to your own heart's desire. You can edit things, you can do whatever you want with this, but it gives a base starting point if you want to play alongside the videos that we'll be doing in this series. So that is kind of what we're doing. In order to kind of wipe out some of the stuff, all you can do is just come over here and hit delete, and then that gets rid of it. But of course, you then need to go through and edit all of these back to 0. Same with the throwables. So we'll go into the throwables list and then put that back to 0 as the total PMCs killed. And that brings us back to the original task that we've done. And then in here, you can see all of our stats have been reset as well. So eventually I'll put in a reset option too. So that is kind of how it works in terms of the spreadsheet and how it tracks all of the data that we have and everything that goes in between. So if you've got any thoughts or opinions as to what you'd like me to add, make sure to comment them down below. But it's available for free and it will be updated as we go through the series. So now we can move on to the actual game itself, which you can see right here. So if we jump onto the game, of course we need a PM pistol. So we're going to go ahead and purchase one. I believe it's probably available from Prapor. And then we'll get into a raid where we can actually go ahead and do what we need to do. So if we go to flea market and we type in the PM. Now, to begin with, we'll be playing with whatever gear that we want, as I said, but in future variations, maybe we will actually change that, and it will change into something that's slightly more difficult, whereby we can't use armor, we have to upgrade, we have to get so many, certain things in order to upgrade our armor to the next one. But here is the PM pistol. This is our starting boy to actually get forward and use. Now, there is also the thing where maybe we actually want to have ammo and that sort of stuff as well that we need to upgrade, but at the moment, as I said, we'll just be sticking to the bog standard and playing how we want to play. So with the PM pistol, we'll just use whatever ammo. I mean, it's really not going to make a huge amount of difference when we're playing. So yeah, we'll just go for head or leg meta ammo. I'm sure that there aren't too many different portions, or you can get an 8-round, yeah, or a 84 round PM pistol mag. I don't think we'll be using the 84 round PM pistol mag, so funnily enough. So we'll go ahead and kit ourselves out and then join you back when we get into our raid, which I'm hoping to do on factory to begin with. So we have finally managed to make it into the raid on factory. So obviously got our trusty PM pistol. We are going to have to go for headshots on PMCs. Hopefully we can get a decent amount in this raid. If we get taken out, it doesn't matter all too much, as we don't really lose anything. I was thinking of implementing some sort of negative if we do end up actually getting taken out during the raids. So maybe we'll have some sort of money thing where, you know, we can essentially keep some money, and that money we can use to upgrade our attachments or stuff like that, and we'll value kind of if we take out 5 PMCs more than if we took out 5 lots of 1 PMC, so you get like exponential amount of money versus if you just take out 1 PMC during a raid. And maybe we'll get give ourselves some rubles for completing various different kind of things within the raid and stuff like that as well. So if we take out a boss and that sort of stuff too. Now, we are going to move in to try and find ourselves some PMCs, because at the moment, don't seem to be a whole lot of them lying around. Okay, this could be PMCs. It is not. Okay. Cool. That's 1 PMC down. Nice. Two. That was definitely bugged. Oh no, we're out of ammo. This is not good. I definitely should have brought more ammo. Okay. Right. Well, we have 0 ammo left, which is really not good. Which means we're going to have to bring out the trusty Red Rebel. And we've got nothing to heal the bleed that we've got as well. So I'm thinking we just try and run out of the raid and reset. And that way, we can get straight back into it. Okay. Right, so we did manage to take out 3 PMCs right there with the PM pistol, which is alright, even though, yep, we should have definitely brought in some more ammo. We may have been able to finish off the PM straight away, but so far we're going to have to scavenge for grenades. We're not going to buy them until, of course, we got them unlocked. So in order to actually get our throwables and the medical items, we need to be able to actually complete some of the tasks. For those, we need to pick them up in the raid. The weapons we will just purely buy, because of course some of those are just going to be impossible to find normally, so we are going to be doing that, but yeah, not bad. Now we can go back to the spreadsheet. We'll just enter in that game, so we've got a full kind of overview of what we managed to do. So we killed 1 scav, we took out 3 PMCs, we did 3 for the PM and 0 for any of the rest of them. It was factory and we survived. So now we can update. Let's just double check that I haven't got anything else in here, and then we update, which should now mean that if we go to our task that we are 60% of the way through. I think it may even, yeah, so that works perfectly. So nearly there with regards to the PM pistol, and we can move on to the PMT pistol. And so that's all tracked. So brilliant. Cool, that is all sorted, and now we can go back to Tarkov and then load up on some more ammunition, preferably a lot more ammunition than what we took into that one. But yeah, we'll see what we can do in the next raid, and I'll actually take in some ammo because I'm an absolute animal and for some reason don't realise that I need ammo for my guns. Right, so we're back in the next raid. Which is great, and we can move our way over to the office. I'm hoping that some PMCs will be over here. You can already see that there's one right there, who hopefully we may have just killed. Can't quite tell. What is going on with the bullets? Have I picked a absolutely garbage PM? Or is it bugged? It may also be bugged. Okay. Well then. That was a surprise butt sec time. So, not ideal. But hopefully we did take out that first one. It was just a glitch, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't quite know what was going on there. It could have been that our weapon was just knackered. So we took out 1 PMC, which was the one that we actually took in the face, and then, yeah, ran out of ammo. So, yeah, not ideal. The next one, obviously a negative for us getting taken out in the second raid of the series. Yeah, I was just not expecting those 2 PMCs just sat there, but I guess I should have thought about that sooner. In terms of upgrading our weapons, I'm thinking that we can only upgrade our weapons once we've elited them, or at least completed the challenge. So I will not be able to put attachments except from just like a base sight to my weapon before we've actually upgraded our actual weapon itself. So we'll go ahead and buy ourselves another PM pistol because, yep, we don't know what just happened in that last raid. So let's grab up a couple of these mags so we've got enough of them. And then we will pick up another PM pistol. Hopefully. There we go. Let's pick one of these up. This is 100 durability, so it is actually an okay one. Let's grab a couple of these in there. Maybe we just go in with just some simple headgear and don't bother with a rig because we're not going to be looting a lot of materials anyway. We'll grab out the labs case and the sit case because we're not going to need those. We'll keep the sit case in there actually. And then that way we can bring in some ammo. Now, what other ammo could we actually use? What's PBM like? Probably terrible. Slightly better. It can pen things, but it's just got no damage. We'll just run the same ammo, get rid of it, and then we can move on and start using some of the better guns, hopefully, after this raid. but we'll see. We'll definitely see. So that's that. Let's grab ourselves... what helmet do we want to use? Just use the fast MT, and then that should be fine. We'll grab ourselves a pair of condors, and there we go. Cool. I will grab in some ammo to put in on my backside. And there we go. Cool. Now we can go into the raid. Hopefully just take out one PMC and then we can get out. I will quickly update the actual spreadsheet because we did manage to take out one PMC. And factory we did get taken out, and 5 PMC operators, it was just 1. And so we can update. That will change in here. We got Tagilla as 0, and let's actually update that. And make sure that we haven't got that turned on. And there we go. And if you go in here, you can see we've taken out 4 PMCs. We've played 2 factory raids, that sort of thing. And then the weapons list, if we go in here, you will see that we are 4 out of 5. And on our task list, we are 80% of the way through. Perfect. Let's jump into another raid and get going again. And hopefully this time not get one pumped in the face. Heard PMCs over here. So I would assume that they're in the office area. Okay, that was 1 PMC down. We'll grab some of his stuff. I can grab the rig. Cool. Right, let's make sure that we've got our rounds changed. So it doesn't matter whatever we do now, but we'll just try and see how many PMCs we can actually take out. So all of the gear and stuff that we actually get from these raids, I have got a thick case that we'll kind of store it in, and we'll save up the money that we do get for future reference of any of the stuff that we actually make from the raid. So that way we'll kind of get an idea as to, you know, maybe we want to use money or something later on down the line. At least that way we have a kind of a reference for the money that we have made so far. Okay. That was definitely a scav. Oh dear. I knew there would be one there. That's alright. We have done the task though. So, you know, copium mechanism maybe. That's alright. Cool. So, as you can see, 1 headshot, 1 PM, and there we go. So, we can go back to our little spreadsheet, and I will grab it up, and we can add in our additional PMC, which we can just update again. And now we have changed. We have the PMT pistol, which we can use. But I thought today's episode would just be us completing the first challenge out of all of them. And then we'll kind of move on later on down the line to complete some of the other ones. We can also stockpile some of the stuff that we do get from the raid in the thick case, provided it doesn't overflow. But in order for us to use those, we have to keep them and then use them when we get the challenge available. We can't use them prior to the challenge. We have to actually have them and then, you know, sell them, which means if we're keeping on to stuff, we better be using it somewhat soon. Otherwise, we're just going to stock up way too much within our thick case, and that way we're not going to be able to use it. But that way we have now gone on to the next pistol, and you can see percentage complete is now 0, and we've completed 1 of our weapon tasks. But with that being said, I think that is it for today's episode, and hopefully you at least enjoy the concept, and we'll see a bit more action in the next couple of raids as we work our way through. And we'll be streaming live on Twitch if you want to actually join along, and also streaming on YouTube as well, so you can join on either one that you fancy. And we'll probably be doing it from like 4 PM to 6 PM on a daily basis during Monday to Friday, and slightly maybe earlier in terms of the weekend and that sort of thing. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Subscribe to see some more of this, and I'll see you there. Goodbye.